Have you ever been forsaken? Have you ever felt let down by someone you thought you could trust, finding yourself abandoned and alone? It's not something I've often felt, though I have felt it. To one side, and I wasn't on the path anymore, but instead I was heading towards the steep mountainside and down into the valley. I panicked for a moment, and then I did the only thing I could think of to do. I backtracked onto the path, and as soon as I was sure I was on it, I sat down and waited for my friends. It was only a few minutes till they appeared, coming backwards towards me out of the mist, full of apologies for leaving me behind. I hadn't been on my own for long, but I can still remember that feeling, left alone in the mist on top of a mountain, sad and anxious, wondering how my friends could have forgotten me. Jesus knew what it was to be abandoned. It was just a few short days since he had entered Jerusalem, but the crowds who had been following him, cheering him as he rode into the city, well, they'd already melted away under the cold gaze of the high priests in the Roman army. And then his closest friends started to forsake him. Judas sold him out to the authorities, leading them to him in the middle of the night, even using a kiss, the mark of a friend, to signal him as the one to be arrested. Most of his other friends who were with him then just ran away. Peter tried to hang in there for a bit. He followed, but at a distance. But then someone recognized him, and Peter pretended he'd never even met Jesus, even though he was close enough to Jesus for Jesus to see and hear him as he said it. And now, as Jesus is hanging on the cross, he is exhausted by humankind down through the centuries. All the hurt we've felt, and all the ways we've hurt others, all our guilty and selfish ways, all of that was piled on his shoulders, pressing down on him like a mountain of sin. We've all strayed off the path, like sheep wandering off and ignoring the shepherd's voice. And the penance for this, that's what he was paying as he hung there on the cross. My God, why have you forsaken me? Was Jesus calling for an end to this agony? Was he calling for God's attention? Did he think his Father had forgotten him? Can God ever forsake God's own self? I don't know what was breaking in the heart of God in that moment, but I believe it was for me he hung and suffered there.